And now, we've got about 9 minutes left, so the timing's good. This has not been in the presentation before. People talk about superfoods all the time, and honestly, they're full of crap for the most part. Kale, the new superfood. What? Bacon is a superfood. Oh. That said, I have a prize for the person who can tell me what this is. This superfood will improve your glucose tolerance, lower your type 2 diabetes by 50%, not cause osteoporosis. People who take it live longer than those who don't. The #1 source of antioxidants in your diet in the West. Doesn't decrease insulin sensitivity. 20% lower chance of prostate cancer. For women, oh, by the way, for women, 100% lower prostate cancer. For women, less likely to be depressed or get stroke. And there's more. Produces the same mental state as doing Qigong. Improves your short-term memory. Improves your exercise performance. And makes you lose weight. All right, let's see. You're cheating if you answer this one. Sorry, Jolly. All right.
Based on the Subway commercials, I'm going to say avocados.
Avocados, that is a good guess, and it is not true. Let's see.
Butter.
That is also a good guess, and it's actually true for some of these, but not all of them.
MCT?
That is also a killer guess, and it is not true for every one of them. Those are all superfoods in my book, though.
Coconut oil.
Coconut oil, which is the source of MCT, same sort of answer as the last two.
Caffeine.
Almost. It's not
Coffee.
Caffeine.
Chocolate coffee.
Who said coffee? It's coffee. This is coffee. For God's sake, drink coffee. You're crazy if you don't. Here's your bag of coffee.
Scored another one.
Now. Oh, I forgot. There's this thing called mTOR stacking. If you do the bulletproof intermittent fasting protocols that are on the website, there's the way you build muscle, and this is simplifying some things. You suppress your mTOR. And when you do that, there's 3 big things that will suppress it. There's fasting, like intermittent fasting or full-on fasting. And there's exercise. And there's coffee or chocolate, or to a lesser extent, green tea. So what you do is you suppress your MCT, and then when you stop suppressing it, it springs back and you build muscle. The way I actually got more ripped when I wasn't exercising was I was doing mTOR stacking. I was doing intermittent fasting in the morning, and I was having coffee with butter in it. So I had lots of calories to maintain muscle mass, but I didn't have any protein, so my body was doing its cellular regeneration thing called autophagy. But I was getting the caffeine benefits, sorry, the coffee benefits, because coffee does it, but caffeine doesn't do it the same way. And I was getting this other benefit. So coffee works, but there's your answer. Here's the thing about coffee. About 91.7% of green coffee has mold in it. These are referenced on my website. This is all stuff, I didn't make this up. That's a picture of moldy coffee. Something called biogenic amines. These are neurotransmitters like histamine form in coffee. You ever drink a cup of coffee, you feel good, and then you feel blah an hour or two later? So you drink, and you drink another cup, and you go up, down, up, down, up, down. That's not what coffee does. That's what coffee plus mold does. If you drink a clean cup of coffee, you go up, and then you gently taper off with no crash. Decaf is bad for you. Skip it. If you feel like you want the taste of coffee, drink coffee with caffeine or don't drink it at all. Caffeine is a potent antifungal that helps to protect your coffee. Here's what happens when you drink bad coffee. You get jitter and anxiety from coffee. You don't get that from good coffee. Your adrenal glands get stressed. Good coffee doesn't stress your adrenal glands nearly the same way as basically drinking poison. You get headaches from coffee. It's not the coffee most likely. There are other cases of that. Inflammation throughout your body. You wake up with sore joints after you have a cup of coffee. I gave up coffee for 5 years because of that problem, and I ended up creating upgraded coffee here by looking at every step of the coffee production process to remove all the sources of toxin formation so I could have a consistently clean cup of coffee. When I travel, I bring my own beans, because when I drink Starbucks coffee or hotel coffee, I get these kinds of symptoms. I feel like crap, and it hurts my performance. So I brought a bunch of coffee. It's available at a discount for you guys because I figure you might want some. The other thing is, if you drink coffee and it makes you pee a lot, actually, it's not that caffeine itself is just a diuretic. It is. But if you drink the coffee and a half hour later you have to go, it's because your body is saying, For God's sake, get rid of that toxin. It's called ochratoxin, and coffee is responsible for about 25% of your daily consumption of the maximum allowable government level of that toxin. Let me tell you the maximum allowable level of that toxin for me, 0. Because it's potent at any amount. You don't want any of it. So minimize that, you feel better, you perform better.